Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I work with a lot of individuals with attachment wounds. Today, I wanted to go over some of the reasons why avoidants don't want to change. This does not mean that avoidants cannot change or will not change, and it also does not mean that avoidants are the only insecure attachment that struggles to change. All insecure attachments, even secure individuals, struggle to change. But today, we're just going to highlight why avoidants struggle or don't want to change. I'm going to try and make this video quick. Please like and subscribe, and let's jump right in. So the first one is they fear loss of control. So by listening to someone else, right? Someone else asking them to change is kind of how they perceive it. They feel like control is now in somebody else's hands. It does sound strange, but if you're an avoidant, you may understand this, right? You don't want to feel like you're throwing away who you are to be something someone else wants you to be. It almost makes you feel like a puppet, and it can be suffocating, right? And it can be frustrating, feel like you're not valued. So that's the first reason. They feel like they're going to lose control, like loss of control, right? They feel like they're being controlled by somebody else. The next one is they don't trust easily. So in their mind, they're thinking what they're doing works for them. Why should they change for what you say? What they're doing is fine. It's great in their mind, right? Because they're not thinking about a lot of the loneliness they're feeling or the detachment. Because a lot of avoidants, they get into other habits like gambling, drinking, whatever it is, to suppress some of their needs so they can't feel it right away. So in their mind, they're almost thinking like, why are you trying to change me? Are you trying to control me? What if what you're saying is just less stable? Like, what if what you're saying is wrong, right? And so avoidants don't really trust when you're trying to say something because changing does require an outside perspective typically, and they don't like to trust people. So it can be really hard for them to want to change because they don't trust other people in general. Does that make sense? The third one is avoidants are often terrified of uncertainty. So they prefer to do something predictable. So by doing what they already know, which is who they are, they never have to deal with the uncertainty. By never committing, by never admitting they're wrong, by never, having to get close to someone, they never have to feel themselves opening up. They never have to be disappointed. They never have to hurt somebody. They never have to be betrayed. So these are the types of things. They're afraid of the uncertainty that comes with opening up and trusting. And so that's why they don't want to change. They don't want to open up. It's too scary for them, right? And the other thing is self-regulation. So this is the fourth one. Self-regulation is tiresome for them. In general, it's tiresome for everybody, but it's an ongoing thing, right? And individuals who are avoidantly attached, they suppress a lot of their feelings. And so let me give an example, if you're not an avoidant individual, kind of how you can relate to this feeling of why a lot of them don't want to open up because self-regulating is hard, right? They'd rather just suppress it. Okay. So have you ever experienced where you haven't eaten in a while and you don't realize you're hungry? And then when you eat something, you realize how hungry you are and you can't control your hunger? That's the same thing that avoidants feel about emotions, right? They haven't expressed in a while. So as soon as they start opening up, they don't know what to do with these feelings and they're just coming out all over the place, and they have to regulate that instead of suppressing it or shutting down, and they don't know what to do. It's just pouring out, and they're really afraid of that feeling, right? They're so used to suppressing their feelings that some of these feelings are new or they've been reintroduced after many years, and they don't have the skills to manage it. So change can be really hard because they have to learn a lot of new skills, and that can be difficult. It can be embarrassing. It can be scary, right? And the fifth one is they fear failure. Now, a lot of individuals, avoidant individuals, this is what I have heard them tell me. A lot of them, they kind of wish they could change and they want to, but they're afraid if they try and fail, that it will be too hard for them to accept how big of a failure they are, right? They are afraid they will come to the realization they are broken and cannot be fixed, which is not true, but that's what they are afraid of. And the sixth and final reason why avoidants don't want to change is they strongly believe this. They believe they are beyond fixing. Often they believe they are different, broken, unworthy, and not worth being loved. They just think they're flawed. A lot of them actually tell me that they think they're born like this, like they think it's genetic. Like, I'm serious. They actually believe that they're flawed. A lot of them have told me they're like different from the rest of society. They feel And sometimes I say it in a way where they almost are trying to brag about it. But deep inside, especially when they get provoked, they actually don't like this about themselves. They wish they were different. Sometimes they envy people who are not avoidants. And so they deeply believe that they are beyond fixing. So a lot of these points can kind of prove, if you look at these points, you can understand why they are afraid to change. So you can actually reassure them that this is not what's happening. And that can also help them change. So all 6 of these points, you can reassure them. You can show them that you're not going to take control of them, that you are easy to trust, that uncertainty isn't always a bad thing, that you can help them learn to self-regulate, that they're not a failure, and that they are able to be fixed. If you can help them and open up, they actually will be more willing to change. They will change, right? Every avoidant is different, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.